Hey guys, welcome to Circle City News. I'm your new host, Freebird. I'm also known as Brittney, that's my real name. But most people just call me Freebird. So, this is gonna probably take this podcast to a whole new level. So we're gonna talk about all kinds of different things. We're gonna talk about OnlyFans, we're gonna talk about modeling, we're gonna talk about mental health, we're gonna talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So the best place to tell me topics or questions that you guys want me to answer is going to be on my Instagram. I'm going to post every week about ask questions and what are your topics that you want to hear about. So just go to my Instagram and follow it. It's Freebird BBYXO. Make sure you're following and watching my stories so that you can get your questions and your topics in. You can also follow me on TikTok just because sometimes I'm funny. And that's the same thing. It's Freebird BBYXO. And yes, I do have OnlyFans. So if that's something you're interested in, my free page is Freebird BBY. I also have a VIP page, which is just Freebird BBY. No, it's Freebird VIP. Sorry. So if you're interested in something like that, go follow me on all those platforms. You can also follow me on Facebook. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find, but it's out there. So just look for it. Anyways, so we're going to get into what got me here and where I'm from and a little bit about me. So first of all, we'll start off with I am from Indiana, a super little town that most people have never heard of. And I'm not proud of where I'm from because it's a trashy town now. So, but I mean, it's growing. It's kind of starting to try to be like bigger cities and stuff. But anyways, I have ADHD. Fun fact about me. So I'm going to be all over the place sometimes. So I'm 32 years old. I will be 33 October 18th this year. I have 2 kids and I have a dog, 2 cats, and I got rid of my fish, so I don't have a fish anymore. So anyways, I do have a normal day job. This isn't my only job, OnlyFans, podcast, that's not it. So I guess I'm kind of like an entrepreneur. And then I also do modeling. So basically, back in 2015, I went through a divorce. And during the time that I was kind of actively going through my divorce, I kind of needed a confidence booster. And I had a friend that was a photographer, and he was just kind of like, hey, let's get you in front of the camera, get some pictures of you. You don't have to show anyone or whatever. You don't even have to be nude. So, I said, fuck it. And I went to his studio and we took a bunch of pictures, and, I just ended up falling in love with it. And I guess I was kind of like a natural at it. My only weakness in it was my facial expressions, which I guess is pretty much most people in the modeling industry. Because that is the hardest part, is nailing the facial features. But anyways, we took a bunch of pictures and I ended up making an Instagram. I didn't have Instagram before. And this was my previous Instagram, not the one that I currently have, because the other one got deleted. I guess Karens didn't like the fact that I posted my ass on Instagram. So they reported a bunch of my posts and got that one deleted. I did reach 160,000 followers at one point, but it was unfortunately deleted. So now I have the one that I have at Freebird BBYXO, and I think I am around 45,000 followers. But I actually started submitting myself to magazines and just the pictures that I took, which honestly weren't that great. And lo and behold, Inked magazine, one of the biggest magazines out there, published me in 2017. And that was mind-blowing to me. And a lot of people have asked me, like, when are you gonna, get back in Inked? Well, one thing I'm waiting to do is finish some of my tattoos before I redo a photo shoot, resubmit. So that's just kind of something that I'm working on right now. And then in 2020, I actually was on a cover for Indiana Thunder Roads and ended up winning cover of the year. Got a trophy, so that was pretty cool. I was also published in Habit magazine, which is a full nude magazine. It's based out of Florida, I think. So that was pretty cool. Went to a magazine signing at a swingers club, which was an amazing experience. If you haven't been to a swingers club, I highly recommend going, even if you're not a swinger. Like, the people are amazing. Anyways, so back to how I got where I am. So in 2019, I started being a featured entertainer. Which featured entertainers are entertainers that clubs actually pay to come and perform, usually for anywhere from 2 days to 7 days. And so they give you a check, they pay for your travel, and they pay for your hotel. I did that for a few years until I actually tore my ACL. And then I did my last tour in November of last year, and I have retired from featuring as far as I know for now. Just because with my injury, I just can't get my body to do those things on the pole anymore as well. And for me, that was like my favorite part was pole art. So it really discouraged me from doing it anymore. But it was really cool to be able to travel and meet my followers and meet new people. That was my favorite part of it all, was just getting to meet you guys. And I really hope that, I can still do more traveling coming up here in the next few years so that I can still meet you guys, just, out at events or at a store or anything like that. Like, I love it. So anyways, so OnlyFans, I started an OnlyFans page in 2018. I didn't really utilize it until 2020 when the pandemic hit and I was bartending and all the bars got shut down and I was in a panic. Like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to lose my home. And so I just started making a bunch of content and posting it on OnlyFans, and it really took off. And I actually leveled all the way up to top 1% in the world. So that was pretty cool. I'm still pretty high up in the top percents, even after taking a break for 6 months. Which I took a break because I was doing a little soul searching and, just trying to figure out like what my why was in life and stuff like that. And I've had a lot of people ask me like, what made you come back? And I thought you were a Jesus freak now and stuff like that. Like, my religion has nothing to do with what I do. Like, I have my beliefs and we don't need to get into that. But what brought me back is, honestly, I just miss the freedom that this job gives me. And I miss talking to the people that I get to talk to. Like, I get to know people on a personal level. And like, a lot of OnlyFans pages nowadays hire like AI, or they hire like individuals to do their conversating for them and send their content out, and the only thing they do is create the content. I don't personally do that. Like all my pages, all my platforms are always me. And I think that's one thing that kind of makes me stand out from the other people is I'm authentic and it's me. Like you're getting me. Another thing is like, I feel like my personality sets me aside from a lot of people because I'm just very open, very blunt, like very honest. I don't like fake it to make it like a lot of these girls do. And I'm not bashing anyone for anything that they do. I'm just telling you guys like what kind of sets me apart from other people. And I really think this podcast is going to be a good thing for me, because it's going to give me an opportunity to kind of, let you guys like get to know me more and bring awareness to a lot of things and hopefully break some stigma. Because honestly, like a lot of people judge sex workers. It's a great industry to be in, because if we didn't have sex work, the amount of sex crime that would be a thing like would skyrocket. Because if you think about it, like a lot of people are getting satisfied from sex workers one way or another, whether it's just, chatting online, if it's sexting, if it's watching videos, or even if it's, doing meetups or whatever, which I don't do. So please don't ask. But, some girls do. So do what you do. I ain't judging you. It's just not for me. But I just feel like the world is a better place with sex workers in it. Like, a lot of us sex workers are kind of therapists in a way. We're just a good therapist to look at, you know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like the stigma needs to be broken, because a lot of people need to realize like we actually do bring good to the world and to people's lives. And I really feel like the judgment that we get is just harsh. And I'm not really sure what we could do to change that, other than actually just be yourself, be a person. Like, let people see that you're a human being. You're not just something to look at. You're not just someone to chat with whenever you're horny or whatever. Like, actually be personable and be yourself. And you know what? If yourself is not a good person, then you probably need to find something else. I'm just being honest. Because sex workers are some of the best people you'll ever meet generally. Like, I have a good heart, I think. And I feel like if anyone's not a good person, then you're not gonna bring good to the world. And I think a lot of people tell themselves that they're a good person, but they don't actually do something to make a difference in someone's life or in the world or in their own lives or whatever. And we really just need to strive to be better, like every day. Like, don't be like, okay, I'm good where I'm at, so I'm just gonna stay right here. Like, we can always be better. Like, everyone, not just sex workers, everyone. You can always be better. Whether it's at your job, whether it's at being a parent, whether it's being a spouse, or just being, a role model for strangers, even, like anybody. Like, if you're not doing good in your life and you're not happy, then you need to change it. You need to do something to change it. I'm getting off the topic of things about me. So I drink a Rockstar every morning. Fun fact, I literally get out of my bed before I put any clothes on, before I do anything, and I go get a Rockstar out of the fridge. If I don't have my Rockstars, I'm a total bitch. And a lot of people are like, well, why don't you drink coffee? Like, I do drink coffee, but I drink a Rockstar first. I don't know why, but it's my go-to. So anyways, other things about me, like, things I like to do. I really like to make blankets, kind of like a grandma. I like to, believe it or not, I like to do like charity stuff, like feeding the homeless, going to women's shelters and donating clothes that I'm not using, doing that kind of stuff. Every time I've had the chance, I have made donations to children's hospitals, to women's shelters, animal shelters. Like, I love giving back, if that makes sense. Like, so a lot of people like view me and say, oh, well, you're just money hungry and you're just greedy, you're just bougie, you're this, you're that. I'm really not. Like, I am not rich by any means. I'm a normal person. And yeah, I get to do things and go places and buy things that a lot of people don't. But I also give back. I tip my servers. I tip for any service that I receive. Like, I'm always looking to make somebody else's day better, whether it's with a smile or with a good tip on a bill at lunch. So that's just, you know, a little bit about me, really. I'm not trying to bore you guys. We can get into some like interesting stories that I have. Things that I've done like on OnlyFans, because I know you guys probably would love to hear about some of the stuff. And the only thing I ask is like, you don't judge anybody, because I don't judge. Like, everybody likes what they like, and I don't judge them for it. That's one reason why, like, I feel like my customs are very unique, is because people will, you know, tell me what they like, what they want to see, and I deliver it. Like, there's very few and far between things that I'm not okay with. And like, one of my favorite things that I've done on OnlyFans is, and this might be a little gross to some people, but once again, don't judge people, but I've actually sold a fart in a jar. So yeah, I farted in a jar and closed it up real fast and shipped it off to him. And he fucking loved it. And he was like, this literally made my day. And to me, that was just so cool, because it was something so simple. And obviously, yeah, I got paid well to do it, whatever. Like, but the fact that I made somebody's day just from doing something that I was probably doing anyways, maybe not in a jar, but you know, we all do it. So that's one of my favorite things. And then I really like, one of my favorite fetishes out of everything is definitely feet. Like, I absolutely would love to marry a foot guy, because foot massages all the time, toes in your mouth. Like, yes, put my fucking toes in your mouth. Like, yes, please, rub my feet. Absolutely. Like, I would love to have a foot rub every day. Who wouldn't? honestly. And like, for those that like very unique stuff with feet, like, I love it. Like, I will play with some Vaseline with my toes, or some spaghetti noodles, or whatever it is, phone cords, like, sign me up. But anyways, yeah, marrying a foot guy is my dream. So, or girl, I guess. I mean, I don't really, gender's not really important to me. Although I'm not really sure that I could live without dick, but who knows? I guess I've never tried, so I wouldn't know. But I've only dated very few women, and it didn't really go well. Because I found out that women are just, I mean, I know how women are, obviously, because I'm a woman, but women are just very complicated. And so I give kudos to you guys for dealing with our shit. But, anyways, so basically what I'm going to try to do with this podcast is I'm going to, I think next episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about mental health and, you know, kind of like the things that I deal with, things that I struggle with, how I deal with them, stuff like that. So, definitely make sure that you guys like and subscribe to the podcast as well. And make sure you go follow me on Instagram specifically, because that's where I post the most, or Snapchat. I forgot about Snapchat. Snapchat's honestly where I post the most, because I post like my day-to-day life and all kinds of stuff on there. So my Snapchat is Wicked B. So it's WYCKEDBEE. So a little bit different from my other usernames, because I got banned on Snapchat so many times for having premium, which is complete bullshit, honestly. Like, I don't understand why Snapchat bans people for selling nudes or selling, you know, a private story. Like, it's one of the dumbest things I think that there is. But getting off topic again, if you follow me on those platforms, you'll find out, like, you know, where to ask questions, where to tell me what topics you want. You'll be able to get to know me a little bit better. You'll be able to see my pictures that I post, my videos that I post, my day-to-day life, and, you know, just message me and, you know, tell me what you think if you want. Sometimes I don't message back just because I do get a lot of messages. But I see them all. So if I don't respond, just know that I did see it. And if it's something that I can put on the podcast, then I will absolutely do that. We're going to get into some pretty raunchy stuff on here. So if you like raunchy, then definitely make sure you subscribe. But I think for today, that is all. So I will see you guys next time on Circle City News. Bye.